But I don't know if I can get this to focus. Let's try adding a little extra light. I did paint the gun sight. It's there we go. It's still pretty hard to see, so if I take these off. This is the way it'll be installed. So now you kind of can see there's the clear part. There's a little leather punch on there. Threw a little more paint on both sides. There's my cockpit. There's a cockpit. I ended up going back and getting rid of the black and putting on a Panzergrau. I got a little bit of the leather on the boot. Everything else looks pretty good. Got the gloss on, so we'll put the gloss on here, so we'll get some decals going. In fact, let's find the decals. I should have been a little more prepared to come on live right now, but and if you can hear some voices in the background, that's the wife has her girlfriend over, and they're just chatting upstairs. So off camera here, I'm just cutting out these decals. Or if you're of British orientation, that would be a decal, which I don't even come close to understanding how you get decal decal, but hey, to each his own. All right. Well, decals require water, so let's get ourselves a little bit of agua here. And we'll start with the bottom. That soap on the top. Then get a little wet. And what I like to do is throw down a paper towel. Yeah, I also painted the silver there on both wheels. I did throw a wash on the radiator so you can see a little more defined. And I think I'm gonna end up having to paint some of these louvered parts white, but we'll get back to it. So let's get these decals out of here. Put them on there. Yeah, come on. Then what I like to do, while they're sitting on the paper towel, add a little bit of water, let them soak. So while that's soaking, I'm going to use some Army Painter Strong Tone. It's going to be my wash. I'm sorry, I am way behind schedule. The wife and I went and looked at a potentially new rescue dog, so it's got me thinking a little bit more about dogs than modeling. So I knew that was going to be a mistake to do that, but we'll see. Once we get the paperwork in, we may be the owner of a 1.5-year-old rescued. What is she? She's a combination of pointer and wire hair pointer, German wired hair pointer. Yeah, I know. I'm just like a bad white light won't come on. There we go. So this is going to be super, super, super simple here. And this is going to see how stark all this looks, right? So we're just going to take a little bit of wash, especially this darker wash. It'll get down those recesses. Tone everything down. So that bright white now, it's actually light gray. Now I'm just going to hit everything on the sidewall. I know some folks like oil washes. That would require a gloss coat to protect the acrylic, plus a lot of time to dry. And it's an extra step. And it probably, if I had more than 48 hours to build this whole assembly, that's what I would do. So we'll let that settle there. I told you, like that pumpkin color, did you see I came back and added a little more of that desert tan right there. There we go. Yeah. She had a bad day at work. She is worked up. I'll let that cook off. And now, this is a hard one to see because I can't get the light in. But things like this, and it looks horrible when it goes on. It looks messy. And honestly, these cockpits were not clean. These guys are in and out pretty quick. I don't know about the Swiss. Again, this isn't Swiss service, so maybe they had more time to mess around keeping things clean, but I don't think that's the case so much. This will get down to all the little cracks and crevices. And I know it looks horrible right now, so let's clean that off. And what we're gonna do, just like we do with the oil-based paints, come back. Actually, I'm a friendly, handy-dandy bud, cotton bud. Get rid of any of the pooling and just let it darken up that gray. Stain it, if you will. And it'll stay down in the crevices and you get a little more definition. Again, we're gonna do all this work and then close it up inside the canopy and you won't even see like 99% of it. But like I find myself saying all the time, I know that it was done. I know it's there. There we go. Now, with this guy, we gotta be careful because there are some fragile parts like that. See? I don't know if I have another cotton bud down here. But that will look a little grimy. It's wet looking right now, but it'll dry off. You can see it's glossy looking under the lights now because it is still wet. Get a little bit of a grime and grunge factor. That's all. All right, let's see how these decals are doing. I'm gonna try and like I said, we'll start with the bottom set here. Off camera a little bit here. Static grass. There we go. Of course I dropped it. Just that little soak time. Come on. focusing. So you can see it's ready to move. Let's see how we can do this here, folks. Let me get this adjusted right down here. All right, so get our decal, water slide. This one goes underneath. I tell you what. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do this on camera. So you guys get to enjoy some dead air. Let's see. It's whether you can see what I'm doing versus can I see what I'm doing. So we gotta pull that down underneath. Come on. Don't stick to the tweezers. Yeah, this makes me look like a simpleton trying to do this on camera. I'll be right back. All right, I'll tell you what. If I had to do this again, I would just sand all this off and put that on. But I'm gonna go offline and fix these, and we'll be right back.